What's going on? It's been a few days. I'm Tony Bursick. If you don't know me, I'm an online fitness coach, 20 years old, help people get into the best shape they've ever been in and become more confident than they've ever been. So I'm gonna get straight into this. I posted a story poll on my Instagram asking what topic would you guys want me to talk about. There was 3 topics. I can't remember all of them right now off the top of my mind, but one of them was the benefits of tracking your calories. And I said, fuck it, we're gonna do all 3, okay? So right now we're gonna do that one. That's what this video is. We're gonna be talking about the benefits of tracking your calories and why you should do it, okay? So let's just get straight into this. All right, benefits of tracking your calories. So first things first I wanna say is this little fat boy right here, this guy, look at him, look at him, fucking rolls, no veins, nothing. Look at his face, miserable. You wanna know why? Because he's trying to follow a fucking meal plan while working 50 hours a week, okay? It wasn't working. It was not working whatsoever. And clearly, you could see that. I looked like shit because I would end up falling off my meal plan, binging like crazy for multiple days on end because I would just lose drive to stick with it, right? And then over here, we got this fucking Giga Chad fucking guy over here, you know, current Tony, who has been tracking his calories for about 3-4 years now, okay? He looks better. Doesn't look too happy because he's locked in the gym, but he looks way better. He's more confident, feels better about himself, feels better knowing that he can eat a fucking donut if he wants one, or a cinnamon bun, whatever it is. He can eat what he wants because he tracks his calories. But we're gonna get into the benefits of tracking your calories because I feel like a lot of people don't actually know what is the benefits of tracking your calories because there's so many that people just don't realize. So there's 2 sides to it. There's short-term and long-term benefits, okay? I want to get into the short term first. Immediately you start tracking your calories, these are the benefits you're going to see, okay? So first things first is it builds awareness, okay? It builds awareness. You're going to become aware on how many calories that slice of pizza is, or that piece of chicken, or that rice, whatever it is. You're going to become aware, and you're going to actually start to realize that, you know, 2,500 calories a day you thought you were eating is really 3,500, or it's way below, depending on, you know, metabolism, how much you eat, what you eat, all that stuff, right? It's gonna make you aware on how much you're actually eating every day. And so many people aren't aware of this. They think they are, but they really aren't until they start tracking their calories. So you're actually gonna realize that shit, I think I'm in a deficit, but I'm actually bulking right now. So like I said, you're gonna actually become aware and learn what it is you're putting into your body and how much you're putting into your body. Next thing is hidden calories, okay? Example, sauces, okay? A lot of these sauces are caked in calories. Like you would not believe it, especially when you go ham on it to add flavor. You've added like an extra 400 calories, okay? Let's say you do that for 3 meals. You cake it in sauce and it's like 400 calories worth of sauce. Boom, that's 1,200 calories right there. You ain't in a deficit. You are way over your calories, all because of that sauce. Obviously, you know, you gotta be smart about the sauces, which we'll talk about in another video with, you know, low calorie sauces and stuff like that. But you're gonna find out about hidden calories and like your drinks, your sodas and shit like that. You're gonna find out that you are having calories that you didn't even realize you were having, which is also why you're not losing fat. It's another short-term benefit you're gonna get right away. You're gonna learn portion control, which is really good because obviously, you know, you're tracking your calories, you're gonna have to buy a food scale. I don't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts. You need a food scale if you want to actually be 100% accurate. In order to learn long term and be able to look at something and have a good idea, you need a food scale. So you're gonna get that, and then you're gonna be weighing everything out. You're gonna see, damn, that little amount of rice is actually 200 calories, or whatever the case may be. You're gonna realize that you're eating more than you should have, and you're gonna start to control your portions because you want to lose weight, you want to lose fat. So once you do that, you're gonna learn portion control, and once you do that, like it genuinely becomes so much easier, right? It's gonna be easier to hit your macros because you're actually gonna know how close you are to your macros. You're actually gonna know how, you know, how much more you need to get to your macro goal. Okay, your protein goal, your carb goal, all that stuff. Eventually, you're gonna get into micronutrients and shit like that, but right now you're not focused on that as much. You're focusing on hitting your protein goal and your calorie goal. Those are the 2 first things that you should be prioritizing whenever you start tracking your calories, okay? And then as you get more and more better with it, you're going to learn about the other things. But those are the two things I want you to prioritize whenever you start tracking your calories. Because I promise you, if you get those two down at first, you will start to see results. And then once you get the results from those and that's down pat, you're going to be able to focus on like the micronutrients and shit like that. And then you're going to feel great all the time while you're still losing weight because you're actually targeting and focusing on the right things. Accountability, okay? You're gonna have to go, let's say one day you binge eat. You fucked off, you said, I don't care about anything. I'm eating like crazy. It's a refeed day, but in reality, you just ate like a fat ass. You're gonna open MyFitnessPal, you're gonna go in there, use MyFitnessPal, it's the best option. You're gonna go into MyFitnessPal, you're gonna add your food, and you're gonna be like, shit, I ate 4,000 calories today. You're gonna feel like shit about yourself. And then you're gonna have to hold yourself accountable by doing that. And then for future reference, you're gonna think about that. And when you think about that, you're like, shit, I don't want to feel that way again after I ate 4,000 calories. I'm not gonna go ahead and have this crazy cheat meal. I'm gonna stick to my plan. So you're gonna become accountable with yourself, right? You're gonna have to be honest with yourself, real with yourself. And sure, you might run away from it, but if you do, then you're just a bitch. You're a pussy. There's no other way of saying it. You don't like it? Womp womp. All right, it's going to reveal habits. I'm not talking about habits like brushing your teeth or anything like that. I'm talking about your eating habits. Maybe you're someone who eats a lot of food at night, or you're eating things that you don't even realize have a lot of calories. It's going to reveal habits about yourself and your eating habits, which you're going to see when you look at your macros at the end of the day and your calories and what you ate at the end of the day. So revealing those habits that are bad are going to help you change them into better habits because you actually know what they are now that are fucking everything up. Right, and you're gonna learn flexibility because you're gonna see that, okay, I hit my protein goal, like at least at the start. I hit my protein goal. I'm good. You know, I can have like a donut or something. I have like 400 calories left. Fuck yeah, I can have a donut. Or I can go have some popcorn. Like hell yeah. You're gonna actually learn how to be flexible, and even still, once you get a little bit more comfortable with it, it's still short term, in my opinion. You could have that donut earlier in the day if you just plan a little ahead. It's not that hard. I do it myself. I have a donut almost every single day. And shit, you saw how I looked. This is recent. I look like that and I have a donut every day. This guy eats a donut every day because I'm flexible with what I eat. I make everything work. And you can do the same, but you have to track your calories so you know that you're actually still being accurate. Okay? So those are the short-term goals. Okay? Pretty beneficial if you ask me. I'm not going to lie. I mean, would you rather follow a meal plan and, hate yourself? Or would you rather track your calories, get a little annoyed because you're tracking every single thing, but you're actually still eating what you want and not hating yourself? Tracking calories takes a win. And if you say otherwise, then maybe you're a bodybuilder on prep. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense for you to be on a meal plan, straight up. There's no excuse. Unless you are a bodybuilder who's doing a show, there's no reason you should be following a meal plan. But let's talk about the long-term goals, or benefits. It's not goals, benefits. My bad. So, after you've been doing it for so long, you actually are aware of the portion sizes without even tracking it, okay? Because you can look at something and have a good idea. Okay, that's like 300 calories. Like some rice, you'll have a good idea just by looking at it. Because you've been doing it for so long, you've seen what 300 calories of rice looks like 1,000 times. It just becomes like, you look at it and you know. And once you get to that point, you don't have to stress if you go out for dinner with the guys, because you can just look and be like, okay, that's like 350, that's probably like 450. Okay, so like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to just look at something and know, which obviously makes life much easier. Becomes predictable. Weight loss and gaining muscle becomes super, super predictable. You want to know why? Because you've been doing this for so long, you understand how your body reacts when you eat at a certain amount of calories, right? And once it becomes predictable, once you've been doing it for so long and it's predictable, then you know, okay, so if I eat at this calories, if I eat at like 3,000 calories for, let's say, 10 weeks, and I'm probably gonna get, I don't know, 8 pounds, 10 pounds put on. It all depends. Obviously, the more muscle you put on, you're gonna need to consume more food, so it does adjust over time, but it still becomes way more predictable. You understand everything better. You can predict how long it's going to take you to lose that 10 pounds of fat, or put on that 10 pounds of muscle. You're still gonna put on a little bit of fat, but if you do it properly, it'll be like barely anything, right? You're gonna learn discipline and self-control, because you're gonna look at your food, and you're gonna see that, okay, I have 400 calories left, and I still need 40 grams of protein. You may want that donut, but you're gonna go ahead and make those eggs, or have that chicken, or have that protein shake, whatever it is. You're gonna actually do what you need to do, and that's also self-control as well. That's discipline and self-control, because you're controlling yourself from doing what you want to do and doing what you need to do, which is discipline as well. So long term, you're just going to be stronger mentally, and you're going to, like I said, actually have self-control. You're not going to be an idiot and go binge like you used to in the past. All right, you're going to understand your body way better when it comes to your calories and needs. Okay, so you're going to know how many calories you need to actually not feel like dead. You're gonna know how much sugar you need, what micronutrients you need the most. Everyone's body's different, and when you track your calories, you're gonna be able to analyze it. Look, because don't forget, you can go back and look what you ate a year ago, right? So you can actually analyze, look at days that you know that you felt great. Look at the days that what you ate that day, the day before, and you'll start to understand. Okay, I had a lot of fiber that day. Okay, maybe like that's something that would help me a lot. And then you can experiment and you find out what you need. You're gonna know this at this point. You're gonna know exactly what your body needs and your calories at the bare minimum when you're trying to cut weight on how to feel good, okay? So once you understand this, like, cutting weight becomes so much easier. Putting on muscle becomes so much easier when you've been doing this for such long term. It's actually insane that people still question this on how beneficial tracking your calories is. But anyways, let's go on to the next point. Long-term health and body composition, okay? Long-term tracking your calories, you're gonna know for a fact, you're getting your micronutrients, you're getting your protein, you're getting your fats, you're getting your carbs. You're gonna feel good, and your body composition's gonna get better and better because you've been doing this properly for so long, right? Like, let's go back up for a split second. Take a look. This is pure evidence right here. Right here. Guy on the left, his body recomposition's better. He understands his body better, understands his calories, what macros, what micronutrients he needs. The guy on the right doesn't know shit. Okay, this guy was living off McDonald's and fucking Little Caesars half the time because he was just binge eating. It was chicken, rice, broccoli, eggs, some like high protein chicken fingers that I used to get. I remember that back in the day. I do that for like, I think like 3-4 days, and the next thing you know, boom, McDonald's. Boom, Osmos. If you don't know, that's a gem in Canada. Boom, Little Caesars. He'd go off the rails. And that's why his body recomposition shit. He looks like shit, and he's miserable, and it feels like shit. Guy on the left, he feels great. Fucking the way he talks, the way he walks, you can see it. He feels great. He looks great. Right? Sorry, it's a little off topic, but you know, we're in our element right now. But long-term health and body composition benefits are going to be way, way, way better long-term once you've been tracking for so long. Confidence and food freedom, okay? Confidence comes from the fact that, one, you know, you got the discipline, you got the physique to back it up, and you're not killing yourself. You're not eating fucking plain chicken and rice, ground beef and rice every single day just to look a certain way. You still go out with the guys for a beer or for dinner. You still have a donut when you want a donut. And that gives you confidence. And knowing that when you look in the mirror, you are that guy, that you look at yourself and you're like, I look fucking sick. I look 1,000 times better. It gives you confidence. Like, there's no, like, obviously it gives you confidence. And food freedom, like I said, you're going to be able to go out with the guys and have, you know, a beer, have dinner, go out with a girlfriend for dinner, go have ice cream, go have whatever it is, because you understand now your macros and your calories, and you know how to make it all work together, right? You have the portion control, you have the discipline, you have the self-control, you have everything that you need. You understand how your body works. You have everything that you need at this point so that you can have the food freedom that you want. You can eat what you want. You can do what you want. Drink what you want. Obviously, it's all in moderation. You have to have the self-control, but like I said, you have that now, right? So, we've gone over the long-term and short-term benefits now. So let me ask you, Would you rather have the benefits of tracking your calories, look something like this guy over here, if it's not gonna let me mark or whatever, would you rather look like this guy over here, you know, this little fucking sex appeal fucking Giga Chad, or would you rather look like this fucking Teletubby and be miserable, right? One tracks his calories, one doesn't. And if you tell me you'd rather be this guy, then you're fucking, you know what, get off the video, unfollow, unsubscribe, whatever the fuck, because I'm not the guy for you. I don't know why you're on fitness content whatsoever. You are searching for something that you cannot have. Straight up, you're gonna be fat and miserable the rest of your life. Track your fucking calories, learn the shit, get the benefits. It may be a little annoying at first because you have to, you know, scale everything out. It may feel tedious, but guess what? Long term, I've already listed all the benefits and shit. I'm not saying you look exactly like me because everyone's body's different, but you're gonna look a hell of a lot better. You're gonna be a lot better, and you're gonna be confident. Like, when you look at this, if you even for a second think that you shouldn't be tracking your calories, then you're fucking delusional, straight up. There's no other way for me to say it. You are delusional if you think tracking your calories is not worth it. That's all I gotta fucking say.